Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Podcast Academy. I'm Noah.
And I'm Clara. We are so happy to be with you for this fourth episode. Today, we're going to talk about something very personal, something that I think every single person listening right now has felt at least once. Honestly, it's something I still deal with from time to time, even after all these years.
Oh, definitely. You're not alone there. It's that invisible wall, isn't it? You know the words, you've studied the grammar for years, but when you are standing in front of someone, your throat just closes. It's like your brain enters survival mode. You're afraid, not because you don't know the language, but because you are terrified of being judged by the person listening.
It's so true, Noah. I see so many students who are actually brilliant. They read complex books in English, they understand every word in a movie, but they stay completely silent in meetings or at social events. They're terrified of making a small mistake and looking unprofessional or, I don't know, lesser than the others. It's a tragedy because their ideas stay locked inside them.
It really is. And that's exactly what we want to unlock today. This episode is about your freedom to speak. But before we dive deep into the psychology of it, a quick technical tip. If you feel like we're speaking a bit fast today, or if you just want to take your time to really absorb these concepts, don't forget that you can adjust the playback speed in your YouTube settings.
Yes, please, make yourself comfortable. Grab a coffee, sit down. This is a 100% safe space. No grammar police allowed here. So, Noah, let's start with the big question. Why? Why do we care so much about what a stranger or a colleague thinks of our English? Why does a wrong verb tense feel like a total social disaster?
Well, if we're being honest, I think it's because we link our language level to our core intelligence. We have this false idea that if I say he go instead of he goes, people will think I'm not smart. It's a complete lie. Think about the most brilliant scientists or entrepreneurs in the world. Many of them speak broken English, but their ideas change the world. Their accent or their grammar doesn't change their value as a human being.
Exactly. It's a cognitive distortion. Think about it from the other side. When you meet someone who is trying to speak your native language, do you judge them? No. Usually you think, wow, they are brave for trying to communicate in a language that isn't theirs. You actually respect them more for the effort. So why don't we give ourselves that same respect?
That's the million-dollar question. We are our own worst critics. The judgment we fear is usually just a mirror of the judgment we have for ourselves. Most people are actually very kind. They just want to understand you so they can have a real conversation. They're looking for the heart of your message, not the errors in your syntax.
I have to share a story about this. I remember my very first time in London. I was so scared to even order a simple coffee. I stayed outside the shop for 5 minutes practicing this sentence in my head like a crazy person. Can I have a latte, please? Can I have a latte, please? I was so intense. When I finally walked in and said it, the barista didn't even look up. He just smiled and said, "Sure, that's £3. Anything else?" He didn't care about my accent. He was probably just thinking about his lunch break or his weekend.
Exactly. We prepare for a huge battle, but for the other person, it's just a normal Tuesday. They aren't there to grade you. So, Clara, how do we break this cycle? How do we stop this fear from paralyzing our progress? Because we both know if you don't speak, you don't improve. It's a trap that can last for years.
It really is. I think the first big step, and this is a hard one, is to accept that you will make mistakes. It's part of the contract you sign when you learn a language. If you want to be fluent in 2026, you have to accept being imperfect in 2025. There is no secret tunnel that bypasses the mistake phase. You have to walk through it.
Accepting imperfection. I like that. It reminds me of the gym. You don't go to the gym because you're already strong and fit. You go because you want to get there. You don't wait to be muscular to lift the heavy and awkward weights. Speaking English is exactly the same mental workout. You have to lift the heavy and awkward sentences before they become light and easy.
Precisely. And let's be real. If someone actually does judge you for a mistake, which honestly happens so rarely, that tells you everything you need to know about their character, not your English level. Why would you spend your energy trying to impress someone who isn't kind enough to support a learner?
That's a very powerful point. Focus on the people who want to listen, not the ones who want to judge. By the way, if you're finding this conversation helpful and it's giving you a bit of courage today, please hit that like button. It really helps our community grow, and it tells us that you want more of these deep talk episodes.
It really helps. You know, Noah, I came across a quote recently that I think everyone should write down. It said, "You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do."
Seldom. I like that word. It means rarely or almost never, right?
Exactly. The truth is, people are too busy thinking about their own hair, their own problems, their own insecurities, to spend their time judging your English. You are the star of your own movie, but in their movie, you were just the background character they meet for a few minutes.
Well, that's a bit humbling when you put it that way, but it's so liberating. If nobody is watching me that closely, then I can finally breathe. I can just speak. I have the permission to be bad at English until I eventually become good at it. It takes the pressure off.
That's the key. The pressure is the enemy of fluency. Focus on connection, not perfection. If you go to a meeting and you explain your idea and people understand the idea, you won. Who cares if you used the wrong preposition or if your sound wasn't perfect? The goal was communication, and you achieved it.
So, for everyone listening to us today, we want to give you a challenge for the next few days. We want you to intentionally put yourself in a situation where you speak English even if you are 100% sure you will make a mistake. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Just jump in.
Yes, feel the fear, feel the heart racing, and do it anyway. That's how you unlock that door. Every single time you speak despite the fear, that wall we talked about at the beginning gets a little bit thinner. You are training your brain to realize that you are safe.
And we really want to hear your stories. In the comments below, tell us, what is the one specific situation where you feel the most judged? Is it at work with your boss? Is it when you're traveling? Or maybe it's just speaking to a stranger on the street?
Be honest with us. Sometimes just putting the fear into words and sharing it with a community that understands you makes the fear lose its power. We'll be in the comments reading and replying because believe me, we've both been there too.
We definitely have. Thank you so much for spending these 10 minutes with us. This was episode number 4 of the Academy. I'm Noah.
And I'm Clara.
This is the English Podcast Academy.
Keep speaking, keep growing. Don't let the silence win.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.